Hi, guys. Welcome back to Storytime Society. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm just so happy that you're here on this planet. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Wednesday morning or afternoon or night. Get your drink. I have my little latte that looks kind of disgusting and has like feathers and hairs attached to it, but we're chilling. Let me take a sip. Okay. I got this new milk, which I've heard is good, but I don't know if it's really that good. I got the oat milk, like the MALK. It's not like my favorite in the world, but it's very watery. Maybe I didn't shake it enough. I don't know. But I've been using regular milk, Fairlife, for a while now, and that's just so much creamier. I don't know. Maybe I'll like blend it up, do the blended coffee, and see how it turns out. But yeah, I'm not like in love with it, especially not for like $7. But I have been touring apartments all day today, like for the majority of the day. I only toured 2, but like it just took so long, and I also had to drive like 30 minutes up north because we're moving into a 2-bed, 2-bath. We're in a 1-1 right now, and although it is very nice, obviously, like I love it, and it's great space for me and my boyfriend. It's 850 square feet, but I just really feel like I need more space, and I need a 2-2. So we're going to get a 2-2. It's only like 200 more a month than a 1-1. And this one's 850 square feet. The 2-2 that we are hopefully going to get, please pray for me, manifest for me. Put your best well wishes out for me that we will get this apartment. But it's going to be 1,300 square feet, and it was so nice. I really liked it. I liked the neighborhood a lot, and I'm just excited. I want to go up north, like literally 25 minutes up north, but that's like where my friends are, and it's really hard to hang out with your friends. Being even 30 minutes apart is like a lot. I don't know if you feel the same, but I don't know why it's so hard. It's just like, first of all, we're getting older, so it's already harder to plan stuff because we like just aren't doing as much as we were in like in our early 20s and like right after graduation and stuff. So it's a lot harder to plan stuff. And then not only that, but when you're 30 minutes away from each other, it's like so much work. Seriously, so much work. And it's like I can't just go over to my friend's house quick and like go watch an episode of something, you know? Like me and my friend used to live right next to each other, and we just always come over to each other's apartments to watch The Bachelor, but it's just not the same anymore because it's like I'm not driving 30 minutes to go watch The Bachelor and then come back home on a weeknight, and it's going to be like, 11 o'clock by then? No thanks. Like, that sounds terrible. So I'm excited to be up by a few of my friends. I don't really have any friends where I live. Like, there's no one that lives around here. We moved down here to be close to my boyfriend's work, but yeah. So that is enough about me. Let's hear a little bit about you, you know? Like, I don't know, leave a comment about something new that you're doing, or like something that you're excited about, or like, I don't know, news if you got a new job or new boyfriend or you moved somewhere new. I don't know. If that is applicable to you, let me know. Anything. And yeah. But I think that's really all I have to update you guys on. I really don't want to move all my stuff, like for real. I was like, I don't want to, like, I really just wish that I could just like snap my fingers and have everything at the other apartment, because it sounds like hell moving again when we just moved 12 months ago. And my boyfriend's like, I'll do it. And I'm like, thanks. But I'll definitely be packing all the boxes and labeling them and like organizing them and stuff, because last time we moved with big black trash bags and we literally just shoved everything in there, and that was terrible. And my boyfriend's like, why can't we do that again? I'm like, no, we're getting boxes and I'm labeling them this time. And it's going to be a lot, I hope a lot more smooth. We're going to get rid of some stuff that like we kind of just bought because we needed it. And it's not like something that we wanted to keep long term, but we do have a lot of stuff that we want to keep long term, because I bought a lot of like postmodern vintage pieces for our place on Facebook Marketplace, and those are pieces that I really want to keep like probably forever, and all my artwork and all that stuff. Not that you guys need to know any of this, but I'm really excited, if you can't tell. So yeah, that's what I did today. But I think it's time for us to get into story time. Okay. Um, did I say happy Wednesday? I think I said happy Wednesday, but if I didn't, happy Wednesday. The first story that I want to read, it's like a little bit, the title, I haven't read it yet, but I did read the title. And the title is pretty creepy, I would say. Like, it's giving Pretty Little Liars. It's giving Ezra. It's giving Arya. No, but this is a different situation, but like kind of. I don't know. Okay, so the title is My 32 female husband, 33 male, is maybe cheating with a student, 18 female. What do I do? I am freaking out right now. My partner is a high school math teacher. He has been teaching now for a decade and genuinely has been praised by his students, parents, and other teachers and admin for how he does his job. We have been together for 7 years. We got married in 2023. I have never worried about him being interested in his students. We have even talked about teacher-student relationships, and he has never expressed anything other than disgust and how it's an abuse of power, even if the student is an adult, not to specific instances in real life, just movie instances and general topic discussion. He has never been called out for being inappropriate that I know of, never engaged with students over the weekend/summer, unless it's school related, but even then, all contact is through school email or with parents. He generally refers to his students as kids and actively keeps a distance from developing too close of a relationship because he is young, attractive, and other male teachers recommend he do so. Okay, here's what happened. Around March, we were at the movie theater one evening, and I noticed a gaggle of girls staring and pointing. I notified my partner, assuming they were his students, and he told me I was right. We did not go over to say hi. We have seen his students before out and about, and he says hi on a case-by-case basis, but typically doesn't initiate, and they did not come to us. But I noticed the rest of the girls playfully shoving one girl with lots of whispers, and the girl was staring at my husband sheepishly. I immediately thought she probably had a crush, and honestly thought nothing of it until last weekend. We were celebrating Canada Day at a barbecue with family, and my husband was pretty wasted. At one point, he went to the bathroom and didn't come back for so long, I was worried he was getting sick, so I checked on him. When I knocked and said it was me, he said he was okay and would be right out, but didn't unlock the door. He stayed in the bathroom for another 10 minutes. Super unusual for him, but it could have been anything. Later that night, I woke up around 3 and he wasn't in his bed. Worried again, I got up and found him on his phone in the living room. This is also unusual. When I asked what he was doing, he was definitely surprised and hid his phone screen. He said he couldn't sleep and didn't want to wake me by watching videos next to me in bed. We both went back to sleep together. The next morning, he was hungover and slept in. I went through his phone. I have never not had a reason to trust him, so I have never gone through his phone. I found nothing of interest except for the Snapchat app, which was not logged into. He used to use Snapchat, but from what I knew, hadn't in years. I honestly assumed nothing, finding the app, and figured I was reading too much into things. Last night, I saw a Snapchat notification pop up on his phone while we were watching TV. It was out of the corner of my eye, but the logo is too recognition. What? But the logo is too recognizable to mistake. My heart fucking dropped because knowing he was logged out last week means he is definitely using it secretly. I pretended like I didn't notice, and a couple minutes later, he got up to take a long poop. I cried while he was in the bathroom. Shortly after, I said I was going to bed early, and he stayed up without me. He's on summer break. When I got up for work, he was still passed out. I went on his phone and found no Snapchat app. It was then that I knew something was shady for sure. When I looked up Snapchat on the home screen, it was there, just in a hidden folder of apps disguised as cooking and workout apps. He had not logged out of Snapchat, and when I opened it, there was only one conversation with a real human, and it was a girl. There was no evidence of conversation between them because, for those who don't know, Snapchat deletes previous messages for good. I was ready to confront him for cheating with basically zero evidence, but decided to keep snooping for something concrete. In that same disguised folder, I found that he had OnlyFans downloaded. The only content creator he was subscribed to had the same username as the woman on Snapchat, but it's his fucking student, the one from the theater who was blushing. I have never clocked a face so fast. I am 100% certain. We make fun of OnlyFans simps all the time. So I was already disgusted, but I actually threw up when I found this. I was scared I was going to wake him up and genuinely didn't know what to do, so I put his phone back and left for work. At work, I did some sleuthing and was able to find the girl's Instagram/Twitter accounts. She's 18, and from grad photos, I can tell with certainty that she attended my husband's school. The same OnlyFans link was in her Twitter bio. He has texted me normally throughout the day, and I have not responded to any, but to tell him I have to go to my parents tonight, but in reality, I'm still at work because I don't know what to do. The reality is that this is fucked up, but she has graduated. Is this now just the same as any old affair? I don't even know if she was in any of his classes. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do next. Lawyer? Should I ask my husband and see what he says? Should I ask her? Edited to add, does anybody know if you can tell when an app was first downloaded? Oof. Okay, queen. That's crazy. Okay, I gotta see this. I think this is an update. This blew up and there's too many comments to reply to. I made an update this morning. Link is here. Okay, slay. Let's go. All right. Is it a long update? Yes. Thank the Lord. Okay. To clarify some things, no, I didn't have pictures or screenshots of the Snapchats or OnlyFans. I was so upset I didn't even think about it until afterwards, and I thought there would be another chance to get them. I realized I fucked up. For some of my early comments, my brain was still reeling. I am 100% leaving my husband, to make it clear. It took me some time to come to terms with what was actually happening and the fact that I was in denial, but Reddit helped me get there, so thanks. The comments were 50-50, split between talking to a lawyer or my husband first. The reality is that I don't think I had anywhere else to go at the time, and I was so emotional last night and felt like I needed to know. I wanted to confront him and rip off the Band-Aid. He called me while I was still at work, and I ended up telling him we needed to talk. He seemed thrown off by this and canceled plans to stay in. I didn't get home for almost 3 hours after that, crying and deciding what the F to do. Ultimately, I went home. If you're ever in the same position, don't do what I did. I wanted to follow the advice of many comments by basically saying I know about her, but I really wanted to get pictures of the evidence first, so I planned on playing it cool, saying, never mind, all is okay, until we go to sleep, and then sneaking back on his phone. I shouldn't have said anything on the phone, but my emotions got the better of me. But when I walked in the house, I immediately felt like he knew that I knew. He said, "What's up?" Super standoffishly. Just seemed off, and whatever I said on the phone must have tipped him off. Either that, or he was able to tell that I was on his phone in the morning somehow, pretending to be asleep. I'm not sure. So I couldn't control myself and got super emotional and confronted him on the spot. I asked if he had OnlyFans. It was the first thing to come out of my mouth. And he literally said no. What did you want to talk about? I told him I knew that he did, and he denied. I told him I went on his phone this morning and scoffed and walked away. I followed him crying and screaming that I knew he had an OnlyFans and Snapchat, that I was leaving him, and finally cried out something about cheating with his students. When I said that, he immediately turned around and asked what the F I was talking about. I told him that I knew about the girl, 18 female, and his face genuinely turned into somebody I don't know. He immediately began yelling in my face that I don't know what I was talking about. How dare me accuse him of sleeping with his students, that I'm crazy and trying to ruin his life. I was screaming at him back. I told him to open his phone and prove it, and he laughed in my face about how stupid somebody would be to do what I'm accusing him of, and basically threw his phone at my face and said, "Knock yourself out." As people can probably guess, there was nothing. He definitely knew before I got home he was logged out of Snapchat, and when I asked him to log in and stop lying, he logged into a different account and asked me if I would drop it now. The first one had just 18 female and a few AI account things. This one had all his old college group chats and other people, including me. He gaslit me and swore he didn't have another account. He even suggested that I dreamt all of this. At one point, he finally admitted that he subscribed to an OF for a streamer during one of our intimacy lulls, but never a student, and he swore he lied because he loved me and doesn't engage in that kind of behavior anymore. It was just hours of lies and gaslighting. He said that he knew which student I was talking about, but that he's never spoken to her or taught her. He didn't recall the movie theater incident and accused me of imagining it too. He denied receiving a Snapchat at all a few nights ago when I first saw it. He denied acting shady the days before. He denied everything. I was absolutely disgusted by him the whole night. As this conversation went on, he started to talk about how he's going to get us marriage counseling, that my trust issues can be worked on, and he would leave teaching if it's what it took for me to stay, but never admitted to anything with the student. Admittedly, I was starting to get a bit of a gaslight fog about the situation, believing some of what he was saying, but when he volunteered to leave teaching, I knew it was worse than I knew. Because teaching is his everything. He gave up an amazing opportunity which would have made him 3 to 4 times the money and way more recognition to teach and has never and way more recognition to teach and has never complained about his job a day in his life. We both know he loves his job more than he loves me. If this was truly all a misunderstanding, or if it was a one-off with a graduate non-student, I just think he would do more to protect his job and his career. He wouldn't just leave over crazy behavior from me. That immediately told me everything I needed to know. That he was panicking on the inside about me leaving and me telling people. Maybe because more happened with 18 female than what I know. Maybe because he's done this before. I'm not sure, but he effed up bad. Decided on an agreement and working through it and told him I could move past it, but I was obviously lying. I need time to get shit in order. He is sleeping in the guest room tonight. I told him I would need a lot of space, and he said he was okay with that. He left his phone in our bedroom for the night as a peace offering. I hate his effing guts. I have so many things on my mind right now. What the F to do, how to get a lawyer, if I should tell my family, if I should tell the school, the fact that I have no proof, but I know what I saw. Ugh. The fact that I'll be 33 and divorced. Above all, the fact that my husband may have slept with this girl. That's my gut telling me because he kept repeating that and he would never sleep with his students over and over when I was using words like cheat with, look at, or sexed with. So that's the update. I was gaslit and lied to. I got no sleep last night, but still went to work this morning to get away from him. He hasn't texted me or called all day. I want nothing more than to go to school with this info. My heartbreak is gone, and I'm just angry and disgusted and want to right his wrongs. But I need him to admit to it so I can know how bad it is, and I don't think he will. I was thinking of telling him that I reached out to the girl. I'm not going to, and see if that freaks him out enough to come clean. And what if she doesn't know he's using a fake account? Or just saying I have proof even though I don't. Anybody have any good ideas? In the meantime, looking for a divorce lawyer ASAP. Edit. I am quickly editing to add because so many people are saying I don't need proof to divorce, and I know that. I'm leaving him 100% regardless, but I really want some proof. I want to prove to him that he can't lie to me and get away with doing this. I also think most people in his life will not believe me without proof. I'm scared of my name being slandered and him getting off scot-free, or maybe even making me the bad guy for falsely accusing. I also want to know the extent because I need to know if he is sleeping with students or just being a creep. Edit 2. Thanks for all the comments. This blew up even more, so I won't be able to reply to all. Have a meeting with a divorce lawyer at 4 p.m. We'll act accordingly based on their advice, and we'll update tonight. We'll update tonight? What is... She updated at 5 hours ago. She's going to update later tonight. What does that mean? She's literally... I wonder what time it is there. Because... Is she at her divorce appointment right now? It's 5:30. She might be at her divorce appointment. I'm actually crying. I need to know. I need to know what ends up happening. I need this girl to I need her to get in contact with the girl, to be honest. That's what I would do. I would find this girl because you literally know her name, you know her Instagram, you know her OnlyFans. Like, you probably live in the same town as her. You could definitely find her, meet up with her, and ask her to tell you. I would 100% do that. I feel like, I don't know, because yeah, I feel like I would probably do that. I wonder if like nothing happened, but I wonder if this girl is like trying to kind of like promote her OF by talking to him, because like maybe he was like showing interest in being creepy towards her, and then she was like, "Oh, why don't I just like talk to him back so then he subscribes to my OnlyFans and like I can make money." I feel like that's a possibility. But yeah, I can't even imagine if he's been a teacher for a while. Like, I'm sure that this has happened with other students, and I guarantee he's done something with an underage girl at his school. Because if he's a creep, then he's probably creeping, like on the huge, on the reg, for sure. But yeah, I like to be an FBI, as I said in the last episode, and to I love to go investigator mode on that shit. Like, on my phone, I'll literally be like, "Oh, you want to know this and this?" Or like the stupidest shit, like I'll want to find some person that I knew 10 years ago and see like what their girlfriend, what I don't even know, like what's going on in their lives when I haven't talked to them in so long. But sometimes I'm just like so nosy that I turn into an investigator, and I'm like, me and my friends will be like talking, and I'm like, "Oh, look, this is what I found," blah 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 blah. And I'm just so quick with it. I'm just always like, I need to know. Some things I just need to know. And I just think that will always be me. And so I just don't understand how people aren't nosy. Like, how do you not need to know everything in everyone's lives, even though you don't even talk to them? Or you have, like, you were never even friends with them, but like, you talk to them like once and they just like, you just want to know what's going on in their lives. I don't know. But yeah, I would literally go full investigator mode. I would look her up on Instagram again, and I would DM her, and I would be like, "Hey, please, I need you to like let me know what's going on," because I feel like most girls would probably tell the wife. Most girls. I mean, I know some girls wouldn't, but like if that were me and I had been talking to like my teacher or something, or my old teacher from high school, I would for sure, if especially if I didn't know that he was married, I would for sure be like, "Oh yeah, like he has been," like, and I'd show her all the proof, everything I could possibly show. I would. But it's just so annoying that she can't get into the Snapchat, like his actual other one. Ugh, I can't believe that. The crazy thing is, if I found that stuff, I feel like the first thing I would do is take pictures. But also, like, the fact that she knows that he would hide that, like, from her and say that she just imagined that or, like, dreamt it up is really crazy because, like, at least, like, with boys that I've dealt with before, I have found stuff on their phones, and I guess I actually didn't take any pictures. It wasn't anything crazy that I ever found, but like it was enough. And I would just be like, "Yeah, that's really fucked up. I found this on your phone." And like that was the end of the story. It's not like he was like, "No, you didn't. You dreamt that up." Like, that's just another type of sociopath, you know? That's just like, and if you really know that you knew that he was going to do that, like, "Oh, I know I should have taken pictures," then that's probably not a good sign. Like, I wonder what I wonder how their relationship has been for all the time that they've been together. Because there had to have been signs, right? Like, there had to have been something that happened early on, or some red flags that he exuded, if that's even a word. I don't even know. But I gotta know what that update is, because I can just only imagine what's gonna happen with that situation. I can't stop yawning, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I told you guys that I started taking hormone supplements to help my hormones or whatever, to see if the reason that I'm so tired is because like my cortisol levels, and also some other things. Because I have I have like no hormones. Like, I could be celibate for the rest of my life, if that tells you anything. So, yeah, I don't know if that's just me and like who I am, or if it's something that's like a problem with my health. But I'll let you know. I ordered this supplement. I think it's called like isotol or something. I don't know. But it had a really, really good reviews on Amazon, and I really hope that it like helps a little bit. I'm not expecting it to be like a life-changing supplement, but if it even just helps a little bit, I will be very happy. Okay, anyways, let me scroll through my Reddit, my saved Reddits, and see which. Okay, let's do this one. All right. So, the title is, so I'm female 27 and my boyfriend, male 28, turns into a monster 2 to 3 times a year. Is anyone similar to him? Can you give some guidance? My boyfriend and I have been together for 11 years. He treats me like a literal princess 360 out of 365 days of the year. He makes sure I'm safe and happy and taken care of. He comes and talks to me about my day every single day. He makes up a pillow fort on the couch for me every evening so I'm comfy. Like, there's so many things. But 2 to 3 times per year, like clockwork, he turns almost evil. It'll happen like the flick of a switch, where he goes from "you're the love of my life" to "don't effing come near me." I'll give some examples. 1. About 2 weeks ago, I thought of an idea for an activity we could do and told him about it. He got all excited and said what a great idea it was. Yesterday, he's all excited, texting me about how it's going to go. Then we get in the car to leave, and it's immediate change. He's instantly in a bad mood. So I ask him if he's okay. He says he's tired, but then proceeds to give me endless sass and short answers and constant sighing. So I ask again. Next thing I know, he's going off on me, telling me that I'm wasting his weekend, forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do. I said that I was confused because, well, that same morning he was all ready to go. He said he only said yes to make me happy, which literally doesn't make sense because he says no to my random ideas all the time when he doesn't want to do it, and then we just make other plans. So I said, okay, no problem, let's just go home and watch a movie. But nope, he drove all the way there to throw a fit and drive back. On the drive back, I had a major meltdown because I just found out some bad news about my mom's health, and I'm very overwhelmed. I don't have any other family, so losing her will be hard. I told him that I'm struggling and need his support. I know, bad timing, but I couldn't hold myself together. He said nothing the rest of the drive home and then immediately left to go hang out with some guys he knows I don't like. Now we haven't spoken really since yesterday, and I told him I was hurt, and his response was okay. 2. Last fall, we were invited to my cousin's wedding. We laughed and picked out our outfits, and we did the RSVP together. We laughed about the shitty food choices, then randomly one day, right before the wedding, he decided to go to his dark place, as I call it, and shut down, telling me that I have no respect for him and must not know him at all if I thought he'd be attending my cousin's wedding. I said I was confused because he told me he wanted to go, and then he proceeded to tell me he doesn't know if he wants to be with me because I should know better. Literally zero logic, and I felt crazy. 3, for my birthday last year, he didn't acknowledge it. He hid my birthday from his family. My birthday is before Christmas, and we had his family Christmas party the same day as my birthday, and he hid the fact that it was my birthday. It was so odd. Every other year, he's gone to great lengths to make me happy, whether that's a date day, a surprise party, or whatever else. 4, last year, we were supposed to go to my family cottage. It was going to be the first time he met my cousins. I never see them, so in 10 years, he still hadn't been. I never see them, so in 10 years, he still hadn't met them. Anyways, for 8 months, he talked to me about how we were going, what we were bringing, and we looked up things to do in the area and rented a car and all this stuff. Next thing I know, 2 weeks before the cottage, he tells me he's not going and that I should have known that. Even though he said he wanted to go, I should have known that meant he didn't. So I said, fine, don't go. Then the day before the cottage, he tells me he's coming because several months ago I told him I wanted to come, so now he felt forced. I told him not to come because he made it clear he didn't want to come. So he came. We were supposed to go for 2 weeks, but he didn't want to stay that long. So I lied and told him we could only stay for 2 to 3 days. Once we got there, he hardly talked to me and made me feel like shit. He told me it was horrible for making him come. The next day, I'm shocked because we're at a dinner with my family and he was having a good time with them. And I overhear him tell them that we'll stay a few more days without even asking me. And after telling me I forced him to be there, the whole reason he was supposed to come in the first place is because my family is toxic and I needed my support system. Then, when we finally left days later, we were pumping gas and he said, "Oh man, I wish we could have stayed longer." As if he wasn't the reason we were leaving so early. It made me feel like shit for making him come. Anyways, you get the point. But I'm so confused because, like I said, 99% of the time, he's a literal angel, and I couldn't ever dream of him acting this way. And then, boom, out of nowhere, he turns into the dark side and has zero empathy and is horrible, but then snaps back to his normal self after a day or two. It just doesn't make sense. I have a bipolar sister, and there are some similarities, but it's not the same. Does anyone else act like him? Do you know what's wrong with him or how to approach it? Please be kind. I'm having a horrible time between my mom and him right now. I can't even give my 2 cents on that because I have no clue. Do they talk about it after or do they just act like it didn't happen? I'm so confused. Hey, why did you just turn into a werewolf on a full moon night? What's happening? Are you a werewolf on a full moon night? Let me know. Okay, let's read some of the comments. How did he explain his behavior after the fact? How does he hold himself accountable? Funny how all the events he clockworks are... Wait, what? Funny how all the events he clockworks on are events that make OP happy and or that she often put energy and care into arranging. OP, the common line through all of this is him ruining things that you're excited about. Does he ever get like this when it comes to his own plans? Exactly. It's interesting how all the examples provided are when she has something planned / exciting happening. It's not like they're just going and getting groceries and he's throwing a big patty. He's actively waiting until she's looking forward to something and then going out of his way to ruin it. I wonder if he's testing her to see how much of this she'll take. Right? It's a pattern of big events that OP is excited about. It doesn't seem like he's doing this if she's like, let's go see a movie or let's go do our errands. It's only her big events. I kind of hate him. Harsh, I know. But I'm sad for OP that he ruins her big stuff. She doesn't deserve to be made feel this way. My ex did this as well. It's narcissistic behavior. Not saying he is a narcissist. Narcissistic behavior does not equal being a narcissist. But if other tendencies are as strong as this one, I definitely leave before things get worse. Don't forget the love bombing as well. Classic behavior. My dad did it to my mom like a religion. He isolated her and worked to make her depend solely on him for everything. Sis, because I have someone in my life, important people in my life that I'm not going to name, but that is literally the same thing. They were married. Okay. They'd be together. And I don't even know how it lasted this long. I don't even know how the marriage lasted this long, to be totally, completely honest with you, because it's insane and I don't know if I could do it. But it's like a circle. So, it starts with the love bombing, okay? Isolation, getting her to depend on him completely, getting her to just basically like revolve her entire world around him, okay? That's like the first step. And then slowly but surely, he becomes extremely toxic. He basically stops doing all the love bombing things. And then he's getting mad at like everything that she does, picking at every behavior that she's doing, nitpicking everything. Nothing's perfect, being extremely jealous and like toxic, and just like if she goes and hangs out with other people, like if she has any friends, accusing, even if it's a girlfriend, accusing her of cheating on him. If she wants to go visit her like parents or have her parents come visit them, makes her feel terrible, saying, your parents hate me, why would you go without me, I can't believe you're doing this to me, like makes her feel so terrible. And then she gets tired of it and she's like, okay, maybe we should think about getting a divorce. And then it basically starts over the cycle. He's like, no, 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 no. Because she finally realizes that that's not healthy. And then he starts over the cycle. Love bombing, like, I promise this will work. It's going to be, it's going to be all good. Like, look how much I love you. And then starts isolating her again from her family, makes sure that she has no friends to hang out with, almost like makes her feel super insecure, but like not in a direct way, if you get what I mean. And yeah, that would just be over and over, promising things, like promising big things like, oh, we're going to have this and this, and we're going to do this and this, we're going to go on vacations, we're going to blah, blah, blah. That never, ever happens. It's just like false promises to make them want to cling on to this person. And yeah, no, it's terrible. I don't know if I'm making it sound as bad as it is, but if you know, you know, like if you have been around or been in the lives of like a couple like this, then you will know. And it's so subtle, but it's not. Like, to me, it was so obvious because I was the outside looking in and like I could see everything. But to like the person that is being abused, it doesn't seem obvious. And they don't think that they're being abused. And like you kind of have to convince them, like, you are. this is this is abuse. Like, yeah, maybe they're not hitting you. And that is the worst part, is that I feel like in a lot of times people that are like emotionally abused, mentally abused, they feel like it's not good enough, you know, like, oh, it could be worse, like he could be like punching me, he could be beating me up, but he's not, so like it's not abuse. But like that's not true. There's many forms of abuse, and it's not only physical. And I think they're all equally as detrimental. They're just different in detrimental in different ways, but they're all very toxic and detrimental. And in the end, it's very hard to get out of those types of relationships because it's a cycle of abuse. And like for the physical abuse, they basically do the same thing, but the way that they abuse is obviously physical, but then they apologize and I'm so sorry, and then they promise all these things and they love bomb and they say it's never going to happen again, and I'm so sorry, like I don't know why I did that, and all this stuff. Why is my boyfriend FaceTiming right now? Excuse me. My boyfriend's FaceTiming me and my friend. I am busy. Sorry. I don't know why. My friend said, I'm so sorry, I'm pooping. I can't answer right now. That's funny. But, yeah. I feel like it's the same thing, the cycle of abuse, but I don't know why he's calling, but whatever. Sorry, that was annoying, but he's probably on his way home, I'm assuming, but I don't really know what he always does that. He'll call me on the way home, but I'll literally see him in 5 minutes. I'm like, you can't wait to tell me this or something? Like, we can also, talk when you get home. Because then by the time he gets home, we have nothing to talk about because we just talked about it on the phone. I don't know. He's just funny. Like, yesterday, he called me on the way home and he's like, I'm going to, like, connect you in the call with his mom. And I'm like, why? What do you mean? What is so pertinent that I know and need to talk to you at this moment when you're going to be home? He's pulling into our apartment complex. I'm like, what's going on? Hello? Like, are you dying? I always think like something terrible is happening. Okay, sorry. I just got so off track, but I really am so confused and I would really like to know more details. Like, I will really want her to have a conversation. I don't think there's any updates on this story. Wait, let me see. Because I really want to know, like, I want her to talk. I don't understand how she hasn't talked to him yet. I really want her to talk to him about it and see, like, why that is happening. Like, what is going on with him that he's being like that? And does he recognize that he's being like that he's being told, like, so terrible and it's just, like, ruining so much? Because if he's not, then that's kind of scary, right? It was 2 days ago. Let's see if there's any update. No, there's no update, but some of her comments are like, I've totally been a pushover in these moments because I suffered some abuse from my sister my whole childhood, so I've been in therapy trying to learn how to stand up for myself. I will tell him tonight how fucked up this is. Yeah, good. You should. I mean, I hope it goes well because that is kind of scary though. Like, you kind of have to go about this as, like, carefully, because you don't really know with someone like this if they really can blow up and have these types of situations. You never really know how that conversation is going to go. So I don't know, it is kind of scary, and I really hope that it's just like, I don't know, maybe he's just in a super bad mood sometimes. If it really is, I'm feeling like maybe she's rose colored glassing it. Wait, what? Rose colored glasses. Like, I feel like she might have some rose colored glasses on, and there are, like, other subtle things that maybe other people notice, but she just kind of brushes them off and she's like, he's perfect other than these moments when I'm so happy and he wants to ruin my life, Like, there has to be other moments unless he's dealing with some kind of rare disease where twice, 2 to 3 times a year, he goes bonkers and his brain, like, a part of his brain shuts off that makes him feel any empathy, which never heard of that disorder before. So I would be interested to know, but hopefully we get an update about that soon, because I really would love for her to not have all of her big events ruined, like meeting your family. That would piss me the F off if my boyfriend made a little fuss about that. And my birthday, I will punch you in the face if you're not going to recognize my birthday. I will literally go get a new boyfriend on my birthday if you're not if you're not only not going to recognize my birthday, but hide my birthday from everyone. Immediate new boyfriend. Hello. Do you want to go on a date with me? It's my birthday. Like, bye, boyfriend. That's crazy. That's, like, unforgivable to me. Your birthday, like, maybe it's just because of my past experiences, but when someone's birthday, not only just mine, like, I'm not selfish. I'm not like a little narcissist over here. It's everyone's birthday is so important. Like, I want everyone to feel so special on their birthday. So if they don't want me, especially like someone that I care about, like, I don't really care about other people caring about my birthday. Only like people that I'm really close to. Like, if you forget my birthday, and like we're just kind of friends, but we're not like super close, and we probably aren't going to hang out on my birthday, I don't really care. Like, it's okay. It really doesn't bother me. But if it's like my boyfriend, then that is a big deal to me, because I want my boyfriend to feel so special on his birthday. So I would appreciate the same thing back. And my boyfriend does make me feel so special on my birthday. So no problems there. But I have had a boyfriend that did not even recognize or even say happy birthday. Like, literally, the birthday text would be at 5 p.m. that day, happy B-Day. That's so embarrassing that I stayed with him. That's so sad. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. I really want to start making longer episodes, but every time I start filming, it's always like too late in the day. But when I move into my new place, we'll have a little separate room that I'm going to set up a little like corner for myself in the separate room, the guest bedroom, that I can film, and any time of the day I can film, and I'm not going to be like interrupted. So that will be nice. And it probably won't happen, like the longer episodes probably won't happen until then, but I would love to put out like a really fun long episode. I would love to have an episode with my mom when she comes to visit, because I bought her a ticket to come visit for her birthday in the beginning of August. But I don't know what I'm going to do with the microphone situation. So that's something that I'd have to figure out if I want her to be on. But I think it'd be so fun, because she's a literal angel. You guys would love her. She is an angel. Like, she would be like, oh, like, you guys. And it's not fake. It's how she is every day. Like, she's the most positive person. She never gets mad. My entire life of living, never seen her mad. Like, if she's mad, it's not like your regular person mad. It's like a nice mad. I don't even know how to explain it, but she's a literal angel. So I don't get how she does it. But I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. See you soon.